Hi everyone, it's Danielle here, and I'm going to be putting together a spread using my new Printables kit. So yeah, this is my new kit, which is the London kit. So all sorts of cute kind of London themed bits and pieces. So I've got some big die cuts. Clem's immediately woken up the second I've started filming. Leave everything alone. I know. Yeah, bigger die cuts, some circle punched die cuts, which I've used punch out using this Fiskars punch, which is the sort of inch circumference. So yeah, I use that when I create these, so I have this nice little white border around them. And then like there's just a kind of mix of sort of smaller die cuts and kind of labels and kind of little words and sort of banners and things like that in here. So yeah, I've got a nice little mix. I've got papers and I've got journal cards, so got a whole mishmash of stuff. So I will use that because I'm going to do like a London sort of spread. So I've got this photograph which I've blown up of More London, which is sort of near where I work, where you can see like the Shard and everything. So I took it sort of early in the morning before the kind of sun had hit properly. Yeah, just really like this area of London in particular, because you get kind of great views of Tower Bridge, London Bridge, everything like that. Oh, careful. Hello. Right, I'm gonna leave that alone. Off the plastic. So yeah, I'm gonna have this on one side, and then hello. Hi. You're too cute. Right. I'll have to relocate her in a second as well. Yeah, I'll have a kind of full photo on one side, and on the other side I'm going to use this little 12 squares little guide to kind of fill with some of the die cuts and bits and pieces, some of the papers as well. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So it'll be a double spread with the full photo with some embellishments on it, and then this guy filled in as well. So yeah, if that sounds fun, then hang around, and I'll be back in a mo. What I need to do first is I need to just trim this up slightly to fit in my album. I'm going to be using this Ali Edwards album, so yeah, I just need to trim it up to fit in, and then I'll punch the holes in it sort of straight away so it's kind of ready to go. And I'm going to be outside of the page protector with this photo, but you know, you could always just trim it up a little bit more and then just pop it in a page protector. So I'm just going to save the page protector for one side only. Okay, so yeah, I'll be back in a second. Hopefully this one will be not here, or if I can work around her, maybe she can stay. And I'll be yeah, I'll be back in a moment once I've just trimmed this down. Okay, all right, see you in a sec. Bye. Okay, and I'm back, and she's gone. She's somewhere. She's hanging around in the room, on the floor somewhere. So yeah, she may well jump up and scare me in a minute. So yes, I've just trimmed this down now and just punched the holes in it as well, so it's kind of ready to go. I found sort of experience has taught me to punch the holes first, because I have previous for doing the whole thing, making everything look lovely, and then going to punch the holes and either messing up the holes or punching them in the wrong side, which I do quite a lot. So yes, I thought do the holes first, and then hopefully it should be fine, smooth sailing, etc. So yes, and I just also trimmed up a couple of the papers just into kind of little squares, because I was thinking like maybe it might be cute to have, I don't know, a couple of the papers like in here somewhere, maybe something. Yeah, so I've got a couple, but yeah, so I thought, oh well, I'll just sort of pop them on and see. And then I was also wondering about sort of what to do on this photograph, because I've got all these, like, I've got quite a few that cute little bits and pieces. You're right. Oh, she's cleaning herself like against the door. So much noise. Yeah, so I've got these little circle guys, so I thought it might be quite fun to have a few of these like popping around. So yes, let's see. I've got like a few. These guys are good too. Like I've got this like love this. I've got a heck yeah, do it. So I did sort of wonder about having a little banner, and then maybe doing like a couple of sort of circles off of it, like in a little row. So maybe doing like, I've got quite a few of these, and then I can obviously use some circles over here as well. So I'll take out, I've got 1 to 6 in here because I thought they were quite nice to do, to sort of use for like if you were kind of using it as like a scrapbooking like an album for like documenting your sort of trip to London or something like that. So I wanted the kind of numbers in there because I thought it might be handy to do like lists of like places you went or things like that. So that's why I've got the numbers, but for this I don't need the numbers necessarily, but I don't really need the rain cloud either because it's a gorgeous day. I've got a couple of underground ones. Little fish and chips. That's a bus one. So yeah, I mean, I've got a few sort of bits and pieces, so I could do some stuff with these maybe. Hello, you're causing all sorts of trouble, aren't you? Thank you. She's properly on the prowl for plastic, so she's got her head in the bin at the moment trying to dig out something. She's an absolute terror. I've got those little trees. They're quite cute. Oops. So yeah, it's just about having a play really, and just sort of seeing what works. Will you leave that alone? Thank you. Right, what are you up to? Thank you. Oh dear. Right. For the second I decided to do a video, I was like, you know, she's going to be an absolute pest. Sometimes you can just tell she seems all sleepy and calm, and then she's off. Yeah, they're quite, I mean, there's some quite, if I do say so myself, there's quite cute bits in here, so just having a bit of a play really and seeing what works. There's a few different kind of things I could do. So have a little girl. Oh my goodness, she's found a bag. Can I have that? Thank you. Oh my word. We'll see how we get on. I might need to pause and remove her. Oh dear. You're gonna get kicked out, mate. Let's see. Yeah. Ooh, it's all a quandary. But yeah, I've got a few cute bits. I might also do like a little date stamp, sort of trim that off. I've got like a few bits and pieces. A little pigeon. Whoops. Oh, I've got that London as well. So I could always do that. Will you leave that alone? My goodness. She's a terror. So yeah, just kind of lay things out really, and then kind of go from there. I'm also not sort of married to having things attached to the sort of inside the pockets, because I quite like to staple things outside the pockets as well, which is quite a fun thing to do. So yeah, I do like to do that occasionally too. So it's just about playing really. But I also thought this was quite a good excuse to kind of show you the kit at the same time as sort of creating something with it. So it's sort of killing two birds with one stone, which is always good. So yeah, that's all really. I hope you're all doing well anyway. I'm sort of faffing around. Yeah, so I hope everyone's like doing okay. We've just been told that we're kind of, there's a roadmap to getting out of lockdown, so that's quite exciting. So at the moment we're kind of just plodding along really as best we can and waiting for that to hopefully all work out, and kind of at the mercy of everyone following the rules, which you know, so it's been a bit hit and miss. So hopefully people will do that, and then we'll be okay, and we'll be on the way out. Oh, I just I've had enough of being in my house now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be nice to be able to actually go out and have a bit of a change of scenery. Oh dear. Right, I'm gonna carry on having a little bit of a faff, and then when I come back I'll have kind of made a firm decision on what's going where, and then I can start sort of stapling and popping things in the pockets. Okay, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so I'm done faffing, she's done faffing, she's back up on the window ledge again, so that's good. For how long we don't know, but she's there at the moment. Yeah, and I've just rounded off the edges on my little bits of paper, so yeah, if you don't like it, tough, because I do. So rounded, lovely jubbly. I've got a little do it, and then that kind of is quite cute as well because it looks almost like a little pocket on that. I quite like that. I've got a little underground, a little drink there, little trees and things to kind of match with the photo. A little girl there with her sunnies on because it's a nice day. I've just switched these around a bit because I was kind of initially debating about maybe stapling this one outside of the pocket over 2 pockets, but it actually works better here. And the reason that I was here in the first place anyway was to have a coffee. I went and got a coffee and then kind of came over and sat down and then took a couple of pictures because it's just really quiet sort of first thing in the morning. So yeah, that all kind of works quite nicely actually with kind of the story. Just got a couple of little circles in here instead of kind of moved, just sort of switched them around. So, and then just like a little smiley face there again. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the kind of general layout of that. I'll leave that one up here for my date stamp. And yes, so I just need to kind of lock everything into place really now. So some things I might puff up a bit, and other things I might just staple sort of straight on. So let's see where we're at. Need some tape. I've got about 9 different scissors I'm using at the moment because some are gummed up already and some aren't, and I don't want to gum up the ones that are working perfectly fine. These are like my my scissors that I use, and I never ever chop anything gluey with them. And then they're my little tiny little We Are Memory Keeper scissors that I use for fussy cutting all of these bits out. And again, I try not to cut anything tape wise with them, so I've got like a tiny pair for tape cutting, which are gummed up, and a bigger pair as well, and I always try to not switch them around because it's just such a faff. I'm trying to de-gum everything all the time. I don't know if anyone else has this problem, if it's just me, but yeah, I bought this stuff which is amazing. It's called Sticky Stuff Remover, which is excellent, and it does a really good job actually at removing glue from everything. It's just the only issue with it is that it's really, it's quite potent. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's quite, the smell is like quite strong from it, so if you're gonna do like quite a lot, I'd recommend opening a window or just sort of, you know, not like hanging your head over it for too long, because it's it's pretty intense, but it does a really good job. And then you just kind of like clean them all with a cloth, or like put it on a tea towel or whatever, and just give them all a once over, and then just let them all dry on some kitchen roll, and that works really well. I've used it a couple of times now, and yeah, I'm really quite impressed with how well everything sort of turns up in the end. My uncle used to have this stuff called Poly Cleanse that he was like completely obsessed with, that was like the thing for removing stickers, sticky labels from stuff. And it was always quite a joke in our family that like he was so obsessed with it and wanted like shares in the company because he used it for everything. But then they stopped selling it and he kind of lost his mind a bit because it was like, well, what do I do now? But yeah, so I'll have to tell him about it. It might be a replacement for his Poly Cleanse obsession. Bless him. It's just bizarre. We do get a bit like attached to stuff. Like, you know, it's quite funny how kind of get quite attached. I find like I get really weirdly attached to like some cleaning equipment. And like when they stop selling it, I'm absolutely gutted. I'm like, how am I supposed to clean my shower now? Like, what the hell? But yes, so there we go. I digress. But it does make me laugh. It's just one of those funny things that people do have like real preferences. Some things you inherit from your parents as well. I don't think you even have a choice in the matter. Like when you're a kid, you just see your parents using something and you're like, well, that's the thing that we get. And then you move out and you have your own sort of choices and you still end up buying the same stuff. I find half the cleaning equipment I use is basically the exact same stuff my mum still uses. So it is quite funny that, yeah, I haven't developed my own thoughts about that. I'm just like, well, this is the cleaning stuff and this is what works. Right, let's just stick this little bugger on here. There we go. So yes, there we go. I'm just gluing it all in really and popping it all in the pockets. Hello, are you done? She's lying down now. She's fully committed to her choice. Bless her. She's been really fidgety the last sort of couple of days. I'm not quite sure what's up with her, but she's definitely got a fidget on. Oh dear. But yeah, so I'll just pop everything in these pockets. Oops, and then I will work out. I might foam pad those ones on here just to kind of, because I can bump them up a bit. Oops, I had to chop the legs off my pigeon because he wouldn't fit in the pocket, bless him. So I do feel quite bad about that. I might pop that one on the outside because it's going to be a bit fiddly. Oops. So I've got just these little circles for that, little glue dots. Whoops. So I'll just pop that on there, and then I might do the same with that one actually. There's no rules for me that things need to be inside or outside the pockets. It's only me scrolling through everything. So I know if you have kids and, you know, or like a lot of people kind of flipping through your albums, that sometimes it's safer just to have stuff inside the pockets because then it's not going to get kind of lost or messed with. But yeah, I don't have that worry, so I can stick away inside and outside. Oops. I might possibly just, oops, got a little bit of glue poking through there. I might just staple that one on as well. Sometimes, you know, you can add a staple even though it's not necessary, but you do it just to kind of give it a little bit of something. Oops, a little bit of a kind of texture to it. So I think everything's in or stuck down there. I need to find out what the date is actually for this, and then I'll date stamp that. But I can just glue it down in the meantime and then trim the edge off. Whoops. Okay. Sorry if you can hear the tumble dry in the background as well. It's Sunday, so it's clothes washing day. Right. Yeah, and I'm just going to get some foam to stick these ones down because I just want to raise them up a tiny bit. Whoops. See what I mean about the gummed scissors? It's just, this stuff is evil. But it's just so good at sticking everything down, so I need it. But it just, yeah, it really does take a, oh. It doesn't help that these scissors are already kind of pretty gummed up as well, so it's sort of double trouble really. I might just use those ones because I think there's, oh no, I say that, oh god, they won't open over. It's slightly less gummy. I think they're both, everything's in need of a bit of clean. So yeah, I'll probably just stick a couple of bits on that one because I think it's going to be, I don't want it lopsided. Oh, but yeah, I do need to clean my scissors. Oh, nightmare. Oh dear. But I just got that sticky stuff remover off of Amazon, so if you are looking for anything like that, that is literally what it's called, sticky stuff remover. And yeah, I just got it on there. You can get it in a few different kind of formats as well, but it does do the job. But yeah, if you're a bit conscious of kind of using things that are a bit kind of, you know, if you kind of want to use something that's a bit more eco-friendly, then I'd say maybe not that. I did see someone talking about maybe like lemon lemon oil or something the other day, and I was like, oh, okay, like that they were using to clean their scissors, so I might need to investigate that. If you have any different solutions, feel free to pop them in the comments below, because I'm always interested to know what everyone uses, kind of different things. It's how we kind of all work out what's the best stuff for the job. We all kind of learn from each other. I'm raving about the best stuff to use. Oops. Okay, so just raise it up a tiny bit. I didn't want it too high, but just enough, just so it's kind of got a little bit of height to it, but because I'm going to staple through it, I didn't want it too raised up, because then I'll just end up making a pig's ear of it. Okay, oh yeah, just trim that off. Okay, how are we doing? So it's looking pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Just got to pop those guys sort of poking out of the tops a little bit. There we go. But yeah, so that's kind of it really. I just wanted to kind of, yeah, pop in and show you kind of a bit of the new kit, and then also what can kind of be done with it. So I mean, and the thing is, like, the papers can be used for quite a few different things, but then I've also got these as well. So I mean, if you just wanted to do a sort of layout with then, you know, a couple of journal cards instead, then you could always kind of use these. There's a few different ones, so they're kind of all for different, there's just like some general London ones, like London Calling, and that's kind of stand on the right is for like when you're on the escalators, because you usually always stand on the right. But yeah, so there's just a few things like that, so just little bits and pieces, mind the gap, you know. So yeah, they're just sort of fun things to have. Yeah, so it's just a bit of a mix. So if you are gonna, because no one can go anywhere still, you know, if you've got some photographs from a trip you did to London like a few years ago, then there's no reason why you can't sort of document that now. I'm documenting a New York trip because I can't go anywhere, so you know, there'll probably be another year or so before we're allowed to kind of move around to that kind of level again, so I figure I may as well just start actually documenting some of these holidays that are old ones I've been on and make me feel like I'm there. I can kind of trick myself into pretending that I've gone somewhere. But yes, so there we go. I'll leave it there, and I hope you're all well, and if you have any questions about anything at all, printable related or other, just pop them in the comments below, and I'll get back to you when I can. Okay guys, until then, lots of love to you all, hope you're all keeping well, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, bye.